Director Riley. Oh.
Hi. Oh gosh.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. This is Riley here, and I'm the director of the Brooklyn There Somewhere. And thank you for staying with us, and thank you for joining us too. This is my first time in San Francisco,
Wow.
and so it's my movie, and I hope you like it. Thank you.
It was such a fun, beautiful, fascinating film. Can you tell us what inspired it?
Well, at the very beginning, I only want to do some girls movie. I wanted to do a girls movie about a coming of age things. When I structured the whole story, I came across a book. It's called The Temple of the Golden Pavilion. It's a Japanese book from a Japanese master called Yukio Mishima. So I get to read this book. It's about a stutter young boy who just become a priest in a temple, and I find it really inspiring. And I thought of maybe my own film, my own story could be featuring a girl who is also have a stutter problem. Because to me, I feel like when we're in everyday life, we're actually facing the same struggle as a stutter girl. Like, there's always things that we want to tell, there's always story we want to tell, but we just can't find a way to say it out. And it's actually gone through the same process of the brainstorming like a stutter person. Then I feel like, oh, then my character can also be a stutter girl. And then we try to develop the story, what a stutter girl would face in her everyday life, what the struggles she may be facing, and what kind of adventures she may go through. And then we came across the story of the young girl selling their underpants. So we just merged everything together and it became the story now.
So, how did you decide to incorporate the lingerie and the underpants?
Because I find it really interesting, you know. The first time, honestly, the very beginning, I only want this character to be not so good, not quite a girl that listens everything from people. I want her to do something against the world, against the society, just something not to be well accepted from the world. And then we try to dig out what are the things. And then one day my writer told me, what if she's selling her used underpants? And I feel like, oh, this is something a whole new world for me. I haven't heard of it, and I feel myself really not open to the to the new world. I have never heard anything about selling your underpants. So I start Googling it. I start doing all the research. I start doing the Instagram search. I subscribe a lot of accounts that selling the underpants. Yeah, Instagram. I'm trying to talk to the people that's selling their underpants. Why I'm doing this, and I join a lot of group from the Telegram, and I find these things is beyond my imagination. The world is so big, and people are not like that perfect. I would say, because I joined a lot of group. I was at first quite scared of what sort of a world I'm going to meet. But when I joined the group, I saw people like doing some really normal check, like, hey, how are you today? And I got really busy from work, and sometimes they do have a few pictures about their legs, their beautiful legs, but that's all. That's everything in the group. And people are like talking really just like friends. And I find it maybe we have our perception towards the group of people is just not like we have always perceived. It's to them it's just really common and ordinary, and everyone just doing this, buying or selling, they all have their own story behind. So I just feel it is interesting to if I could take out some story behind it.
Yeah, I think it ended up being like a really good symbol of like the border between innocence, kind of burgeoning sexuality, and then sort of having the underwear, you know, be sort of a little salacious, but then like a beautiful thing to like throw up, and it's very like playful and childlike too. So when you wanted to do a story about kind of like girlhood, adolescence, like what did you want to, what did you want to show in the film other than kind of these, you know?
Sure. I mean, this project started in 2019, where COVID just started, and I feel like that the younger generation, especially in Hong Kong, they're like going through a really different time than we do. So at the very beginning, that's why I want to do a youngster film, a coming of age film, that I was trying to tell that when you find yourself being unable to express yourself, you always find another way. Maybe not verbally, maybe you just can't like verbally fight for what you always pursue of, but you always find another way to tell what you have always dreamed of, and there's always another way to fight for your dream.
Yeah. You have an amazing cast. Can you tell us about putting the cast together?
Well, putting a cast together, I mean, most of them are first-time movie actors and actresses. Yeah, they've got some acting experience, but not in the big screen for films and movies. And honestly, I feel a little bit stressed about using them because a lot of people like asking me, "Oh, why are you using all these new actors and actresses? Because you got no box office if you use them." Then I was like, I just answering them like, well, my movie is about 16 to 17, 18 years old girls. You don't get to find a lot of experienced actors with that age, and I can only go with the youngster. I don't want to find a 30 years old to act like a 18 years old. I would rather sacrifice their experience, but I want someone that actually can do it 18 years old. And so I do a lot of casting. I basically came across to meet every young actress in Hong Kong just to see if she able to do the role, and if she have the guts to take off her underpants, in front of the camera. That's not an easy thing to do. So we do a lot of casting. And to Marf, our protagonist, she is from a well-known girl band in Hong Kong called Cola. The Cola. She has a really bold image to the public. Like she do all the dance. And then when she do the casting, I find her actually really shy and really timid, and I feel like it would be interesting if I show people that image of her, that she's not always that bold that you see, and the contrary to be seen in the movie would be really interesting. So yeah, I think she's really talented too.
Yeah, for sure. Can you tell us about? I really liked how you portrayed the relationship between the best friends.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what you wanted to show?
Yeah, there's nothing particular I want to show, but I study in a girls' school. I grew up in a girls' school from primary school to middle school to high school. It's all girls, and I find it really interesting about girls' relationship. Maybe you have the same experience too. That when I was in high school, I found it really funny, because I watched my friends like yesterday. They were really good friends. They were best friends. They hug, and they hold hands together. And then other day they would fight each other, they fight against each other because you have a better grade in the mathematics test. And then I feel like, what? Just because she has a better grade than you, and then you fight against each other. And then I thought they are done. They're done with each other because they fight so badly. But then, like, after the break, after lunch, they're good again. I was like, what? What? You're good again? You almost fight each other. I find it really funny, but I would say that's how girls girls' friendships, like, you fight against each other, and then like 5 minutes later you're good to go again. You go to the washroom together, you go to do shopping together, you go everywhere together, and you fight for some really little things that other people might not be aware that could be something triggers you, but that is the thing. But then like 10 minutes later, you're all good to go. Like, everybody forget everything just happened.
I have 2 daughters, 8 and 10, so I was like, oh, this is what I have to look forward to. Can you tell us about how it's been kind of showing the film around the world?
Well, I feel really privileged and really happy to like go around the world. Last week we were in Los Angeles, and the week before we were in Cambodia. Yeah, it's my first time. I feel like the movie has carried me along to many new places. It's my first time in San Francisco. It's actually also my first time in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I was yeah, and it's really fun to get to meet different people. They get to meet different people from different cultures, and what I find it really nice is people from different cultures really enjoy the film. That's what I actually looking for when I working on the film. That I want people from around the world, not only Hong Kong, could have a feeling to the film.
Is there anything that sometimes people who aren't as familiar with Hong Kong culture miss about the film that you want to tell us about?
Well, I actually put a lot of Hong Kong culture things into the thing, but I didn't enlarge anything about it. Like the house she's living, maybe it's actually quite common in San Francisco, but it's actually a really big house in Hong Kong. You know, that's why her parents is absent, because both our parents have to go to work to support a living in such a big house. There's things like that, people, if you're not from Hong Kong, you might not notice about it, but this is just everyday life in a Hong Kong family. Like myself, my parents are absent from my everyday life because they have to work otherwise. Because I was from a middle class family, not a so wealthy one, but not a so poor one, so people have to work. Like the parents have to work, otherwise you don't get to support such a living.
Like Filipino.
Yeah, that's a lot of people have asked me about that. Why are their parents absent? I don't mean to tell any story about it. I just want to say this is norm in Hong Kong, that both of your parents have to go to work, and people in your teenage age time that you have the capability to take care of yourself, then they will just go to work. Or when I was really more, I got a helper at home. It's basically the helper brought me up. But then when I get to middle school, I can take care of myself, I can cook for myself, then the parents just don't have the helpers anymore. It's just like everyone else, every other friend from me, just living the same patterns. Yeah.
Did you put a lot of kind of your experience in, I mean, not the direct experience, but kind of like the school and the...
Yeah, that's, I sort of want to tell the very ordinary teenage in Hong Kong. Yeah, it's from my experience, also from what I observed, that we grow up like this. But yeah, I don't want to like make it a big thing, so, but I just put all these little details into the film. Yeah.
Cool. So if people like the film and want to share it, like, do you want to tell us anything about what's coming up with the film, or how we can tell people about it?
Well, we have an Instagram. It's called Blossoms Under Somewhere, just a movie name. And then probably end of May, I'm not sure the date, but we will be in Toronto. And very probably we'll come back to America next month. But this is still not confirmed. But yeah, there's a chance we'll go back to Los Angeles next month. But we'll see.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sonia, thank you. And here's the QR code if you guys really enjoyed the film. That's great.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.